And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of Sloane's birthday party. Uh, yeah, gaming session where Sloane just gets to be a player and doesn't have to sit in the woeful GM's chair enduring abuse from the other players for
man. I need to have one of those
4 hours.
What do you call those things where you blow into it and it like unfurls and goes tweet?
Oh yeah, the little party, what are they?
Party
horns
favor
or whatever?
thingies?
Yeah.
I need one of those right now.
We're
We're now celebrating Sloane's birthday every week of the year.
Happy Sloan Day.
Rapid age.
Every week. Wednesday is Sloan Day.
Yeah, so we're Sloaning it today, and no, so we're going to. Last week, of course, we started playing an adventure that was modified, an old 3.0 D&D adventure that was modified for the Lone Wolf role-playing game from Cubicle 7. Lone Wolf. And
this goes on. It comes.
All right.
That's
My
okay.
phone is not muted.
And I had each of the guys either take a pre-gen or, in Dakota's case, who clearly he was the student who excels in class. He went and made his own character, and so we have three Kylords who are busy trying to figure out what the hell's going on in this village that had some issues. Supposedly was some sort of evil, but your masters were suspicious as to if it was real or not. You went to investigate, and you found out that sure enough, there were some strange things that were happening. People had been disappearing. They had some trouble with some Geoks, which are the this world's version of orcs. And some strange things were going on. The local ranger, a guy named Malik, had gone missing of late, and his girlfriend, who was in town, her name was Alana. She was a little concerned about him, so she ran off to his place to go check. You went with her. Didn't find anything too weird. She said that she was going to wait there for him. And while the party was split, then the other half went to, or 2/3 of you went into the cemetery. And just as Terrius, who is the mayor of the town of Blackbrook, had said, the guardian willow tree, which just kind of stood in the center of the graveyard, had vanished, which really caused him some concern. So you discovered there was a hole where the tree used to be. You went down, investigated, fought some nasties down there, and were sure enough coming to the conclusion that things were bad. Then it wasn't long after that, you went into a chamber, and standing there was Malik, who looked a little worse for wear, not necessarily in the best shape. He looked rather peaked, and so he was probably infected by what was getting to the town, which, by the way, Lana was saying it was bad water. Malik took off, ran away from you guys, but left the guardian willow tree, which you came to discover was actually some sort of tree-type spirit, now corrupted.
I totally called that, by the way.
Yes, that's true. And you fought it. You actually did really well, way better than you probably should have. But I kept rolling like crap, and you have defeated the tree.
This game means you rolled really well, actually.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then so now I think you're all heading out to Malik's place to go see what's what.
Yes, because we were chasing him down on horseback at this point.
Right. All right, and I'm going to get to my combat results thing so I can find this really easy. Yeah, so we're using the Lone Wolf system, and for those of you who were not here last week, or for those of you who didn't watch the first half, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, shame on you twice, because you really should be watching all of the stuff that Sloan does with us, because it's awesome. And
even the stuff Sloan does without us.
Yeah, that's very true. This game uses a different form of combat. And if you remember the old Lone Wolf Choose Your Own Adventure books, basically what you do is you compare your character's combat skill to your enemy's combat skill. You subtract their skill from yours, and that either gives you a positive or negative number. And then you simply roll a d10 You get a result from 0 to 9, and you cross-reference on a snazzy little chart, and that tells you how much damage you take and how much damage your opponent takes. If you have much better combat skill than your opponent, it's very easy to eliminate them quickly, and if you have a worse combat skill than your opponent, then you can really suffer some damage. And it is possible to get auto kills in this game, whether you're a PC or a bad guy.
Quick question. Sloan,
Okay.
would it be fairly reasonable for you to flash up that chart for people to see for a couple minutes? Or would it be a pain in the ass?
It's on page 28 of the PDF, if that helps.
Try.
I think it's also its own separate PDF as well, isn't it?
Yep. It's
I believe it is, yes.
Let's.
I just figure people might be interested to see it. If that's reasonably easy to do.
If that's your real name.
If that is your real name.
There you go. This is what it looks like. It's math and nerd shit.
Yeah, but some people might be curious to see what the values look like on it.
Yeah. So differences on top.
Nerds.
All the damage, and I love the fact. We're gonna discuss some of this after we're done with the adventure because I just want to talk about.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Man, can you believe all these nerds coming to watch our role-playing games? Jeez.
I know. Jeez. It's
Coming to watch us be nerds.
To paraphrase Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's the nerd? The nerd or the nerd who follows him?
Yep.
So a couple things I found out I was doing wrong amongst the laundry list of things I was doing wrong, because the system does take a little bit of getting used to. So if you are, and this really only occurs more with me than it did with you guys, but if you are in a combat engagement, so if there's two of you ganging up on me, I have the option, though obviously I can't engage both of you in combat, but I have the option, if I haven't gone yet, so let's say Sloan goes first, and his character attacks my bad guy, but I'm also fighting Krendar's guy at the same time. I could choose to just take the hit from Sloan
and retaliate against me instead.
Exactly, and then wait
Yeah.
either until my turn or until Krendar goes at, rather than being forced to take that first combat that comes at me.
That makes sense.
So,
I can
yes.
see a bit of risk involved with that if it turned out to be like you decide to take the hit from Sloan and then I decide to disengage and do something else, and now you haven't attacked anybody.
Right. Yes, and there is also there can be strategy involved in there too. So like if I know that your character is a weaker opponent or has less endurance, has already taken some damage or something, then I could target you instead, and with the hopes of wiping you out before. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody ready?
Born ready, sir.
Born ready. Bear, you're good?
Yeah.
All right. So all three of you, if I remember correctly, you got on. I know that for sure. Night Fox, that's you, right, Sloan?
Yes.
That you got on your horse to go after that, to go back, because you knew how to get to.
Yeah, I knew the path from his house to the graveyard because I followed footsteps.
Okay. But you're on your horse and you're going fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to have you make me a willpower test. And what is
Gotta
your
go
willpower?
fast.
What is your willpower score?
Willpower score is 12.
12. You get a +0 to this roll. So roll that d10.
9. Fuck you, dice.
Looks like it might be my week. All right.
God damn it.
So you're going in the
Opposite direction of her.
you hear him yelling, and you decide the best way to do it is to go around the earth the other side. No, you start taking off to the woods, and you do get a little confused, and you're also compounded by the fact that it has begun to rain here as well, and so it's very dark.
Okay.
And it's making things a little bit difficult. You know you're going generally in the right direction, but it is slowing you down. What are the other two of you doing? Besides sitting in silence.
Following him, really.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got our horses and we're following after.
All right. So your haste kind of your efforts to be hasty and follow sort of backfire on you, and it does take you longer than you expected. But you do eventually arrive there much longer or much later than you wanted to. Now let's see if I can remember how do I get you guys back.
Unfortunately,
onto
he's the guy who
keyboard?
knew the way better than us.
Yes,
so
that's true. Well,
we
because
can't, there's nothing much we could have done to help him, really.
very true. No,
How long did this take?
how long did it take?
Yeah.
Approximately 3 parsecs.
How many,
It took.
how many hours?
It did not take you hours. It probably took you about 40 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Four health.
There's you, and let's see who had the staff.
I had the quarterstaff. Yes.
All right. So we'll give you that guy there.
This reminds me of those things you do in some of those open world video games where you're trying to tail somebody somewhere and they're just like they're pulling out ahead of you and you lose them.
Also, Chris, don't forget to pull players over to the screen you want us to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're still
It's
in the
fine.
map. Just whenever
Oh,
you're.
Oh yeah, right.
Show the
That's right.
dungeon.
Thank you. That's right. All right. I knew there was something I was forgetting. And let's see. Here we go. Players, join me on this map.
Yes, reporting for duty. Oh, it's huge.
And then let's see. I got a. Oops. Wait. There we go. Oops. No, that's not.
Hey, am I actually the guy with the shield this time?
You're going to be the guy with the shield. And
Cool. That'll be a nice
Right.
change of pace.
yeah, I'm trying to actually match this up here. So controlled by Night Fox. And then guy with shield, controlled by. You were Bright Shield, right? Which would make
Yeah.
sense. And then, oops. Let's get you out of the way there.
I was going to make a comment about the fact that I have the wrong weapon, but that doesn't mean dick all in this system anyway, so who really cares?
That's very true. And it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Well, that's why. There.
The fact that I've got the shield is really all that really matters all that much to me. So.
And let's
Oh, man.
see.
Somebody's having a domestic in the background.
Oh, did you hear that? That was,
Yeah,
that was-
we heard
that was-
that.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have to tell her that later. That was my wife. She sneezed.
Oh.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what that was.
Also,
Oh my
make
gosh,
sure
that's so
that
funny.
these are on the token item, not the map level, because
I thought somebody was being attacked.
Oh yeah, no, I heard someone squeal. I'm like, did the dog get into something? Pip, bless you.
That is so funny.
Pip Drablane says, "Bless you to your wife,"
Yep.
and give her a gesundheit from me.
I will absolutely do it. Sloan, you're not showing up on here as a represents character, though.
No, represents character is a different thing. You just need controlled by.
I did that, yeah. So you guys should have control.
Are
let
they
me
on the
test.
right level?
They are
Nope.
not on the right level.
So if you look to the left side, you'll see one where it's like an eye, where it's like token, items, map, GM level. Or you can right click them and just put them on token level on each one of these. So
Oh, okay. Oh, on layers. Okay, so
Yeah.
token level. Gotcha. Oh, look at that.
there we go.
All
Now I
right.
can control it faster. Check.
Yep, there we go. I have control of my giant mongoloid now.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's
Okay, and you guys can
Shoot 'em
can
in
see
the
the
face.
structure that's there.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The structure that's barely much bigger than us. Yes.
Yeah, imagine you're smaller.
Well, you can resize this into a square if you want, but
Yeah.
It depends on if
Um,
we're actually doing a battle map here or
it's
not.
not to scale.
Well, Yeah, you will soon.
You
not
might
that
need
I'm
to
giving
you might need to resize this for the battle then.
Spoiler. All right.
I mean, I assumed
well.
there'd be a battle coming up because of why have a map with tokens on it otherwise.
Roll a dex check to fit through the door.
No, man, I'm gonna roll a strength check for that shit. There won't be a door after I get in there.
Really, I was
Kick in
gonna
the wall.
force the Constitution so you could just suck in the gut and see how long you can hold it.
Look, I'm just gonna run straight at the wall, and if the wall's still there, that's its fault problem.
All right.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
swing my
smart
arms like
asses.
this, and if you run into it, then that's your own fault.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what
how
I
do I
used-
how do I resize you though?
Basically, you click on this, and there should be like if. on
Oh,
the
so I could
corners-
just scale it like that. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna
Somebody
say,
comes by.
I used to do shit like that in my Scion game with my Thor child character. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna run straight at this as if it's not even there, and then it's not gonna slow me down.
I've got no strength.
It is not letting me. I mean, I can get the outline box and all that cool stuff, but I cannot get it so I can resize you. Why is that?
One second.
Or I do similar shit in a battle too. I just like run right at the boss and ignore the minions. And if they happen to be in my path, that was their problem. I wasn't attacking them. I was just running, and they get out of my way or they don't. It's like an ogre trying to run through a field that's populated by kobolds.
All right, there you go.
He doesn't care.
Rejoining. Display.
All right.
Wait, what?
I jumped in as GM so I could help
Oh,
resize.
okay.
He jumped in to make up for my shortcomings.
What?
All right. This
There we
guy's
go.
not there. He's not there. Okay. All right. So you guys approach this cabin, which is probably larger than it should be, but we're gonna have some fun with this anyway. And you pull up on your horses.
I don't know, that looks roughly cabin size to me.
They come to a stop, and it's raining. It's pretty heavy at this point. It's coming down, and as you dismount, excuse me, you can hear inside the door. You hear what sounds like some shouting, and then there's a scream. It is a female scream.
So I
Yes.
dismount and start running.
Movie
in,
stereotypes.
See who. Anyone else does it too? So
Yeah, I'll follow in. Fucking
Yeah, if there's a
Okay.
scream, I'm booting in the door.
all right.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna shoulder check the door. Like,
I thought you would
shield
shield
out,
check it.
ram in.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was gonna say like you have a shield. I'm pretty sure you could.
Yeah, but holding it like that wouldn't be effective. I'll be like this, but the shield's here.
And you're just
Through the door.
bursting through the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come crashing through. You
Okay.
come crashing through the door, and you get just right inside the threshold there, and you see. What you see is Malik, and he's like half crouched, and he looks up, kind of in shock at the three of you as you come bursting in, and laying in front of him is the body
Priestess?
of Lana. Yes, and you can see she's got a huge like slash mark across her throat, and just blood is just
Well,
like
I guess the
pouring
screen
out
must
to
have
this-
cut off suddenly then.
Yes, it did. It kind of ended very abruptly, and there's a growing pool of blood around there. And so he looks up at you, and he has this look on his face that is kind of a mix between shock and horror, and also anger. And he kind of points an accusing finger at the three of you, and he says, you did this. You just should have stayed away. Why couldn't you just? And then he kind of grabs his own face, and he looks down, and then he just kind of screams, no, and then he looks back up at you guys again, and he says, get out. And he starts to slowly move towards you, and he's kind of twitching a little bit.
Man, it's too bad we didn't get here a little faster. Otherwise, we wouldn't have arrived at just dramatically late amount of time.
I have no idea what
It's
you're talking about.
Raining. It's changed. I'm sorry, Malik. We need to help you. We're here to help. I say as I have a bow already, the bow out and an arrow, not pointed at him, but like just down.
You know, what has happened to you?
there there is no help. It's you. You caused this. You caused this. And he points down at her. He says, you made this happen. You told her to stay here. You told her to be here. Why? Why did you do that? And he steps forward again, and you can see in his like there's something beginning to glow around in his left hand a little bit. It's just like this slow kind of dim light just kind of shows up.
As he starts saying that, it's like, because she cares for you. She wanted to be here in case you came back. No one knew what happened to you. She wants to be here. She loves you, idiot.
He looks
Well,
looks
not
back.
anymore.
He looks back at her, and then he looks at you, and he says, "No, you." He says, "You tried to take her from me. You tried to take her from me. You've taken this town. I won't let you take her." And he holds his hand up, and you could definitely see it's glowing. And he's like looking at it like it's like he's trying to make something happen, but it's not quite working.
I want to charge forward and try to knock him down.
I was gonna see if I can shoot the hand at that time.
Did you want to try and shoot
I mean,
the
you
hand?
could probably get your shot off before
Yeah.
I get in the way.
Yeah,
if we're
like-
both doing this at the same time.
Like shoot it right before he charges in.
All right, so go ahead and what's your combat skill? I can look.
It'll
Okay,
be a
I can-
23. It'll be a 23 with all since I'm range attack.
Gotcha. All right, so go ahead and roll that D10. Let's see what you get, y'all.
On
4, not bad. All right,
not the
4.
worst it could have been.
No. All right, so I'll get. Let me set up his damage here. And he's got. Okay. All right, and you did that much to him. Okay, so your arrow comes flying at you, and he kind of jerks almost a little bit instinctively, and it catches him in his right shoulder.
Okay.
And then he kind of rolls around and he says, "I knew it. I knew that you."
And
were
that's when he
traitors."
eats my shield to the face.
and he turns and he's got anger. It just as you and you. Can
I
see
knew it.
as- So his blade comes out as he turns, and you're just charging forward with your shield. And what? Let's see. I can see your combat skill. So go ahead and roll that. Let's see what you get.
All right. 0.
0. That's actually helps you a lot because he's got a
That's
better
bad on
combat.
skill checks, but good on combat, right?
Yes, that is correct. So let's see. You're at 22, and he's that, and you got a 0. Ooh, okay. You do not take any damage. So basically, yeah, he turns and he's got his weapon out. It's like a short sword, and you just bam, you just nail him, just smack dab in the face.
Yeah. So I don't know if this game has rules for subdual damage or knockdown or anything like that, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to knock him on his ass, and that's why I'm hitting him with the shield rather than stabbing him with the spear.
All right. Let's
I mean,
do that this way then. Okay,
Sloan
I
was
like
more
that.
or less trying to disarm his magic thing as well with his shot. It's
Okay.
like, we're not trying to
Put a-
kill the guy if we don't have to.
We'll put a knockdown in there. They'll have a race, whichever one gets to the result first. Okay, so he
I don't
kind
know
of
what that means, but okay, sure.
he stumbles. It pushes him back a little bit, and he kind of his table over here kind of stops him. He regains his footing, and now we can all roll initiative.
Okay.
And I think we said that was step 6, right? Yes. All right.
I mean, I just did a copy paste on the roll command, so I just
Like-
paste and enter.
22 -4, right?
It is -4, correct. Actually, yeah, we'll stick with -4.
Or was it something? Did you read up and find
You know,
it?
I did read up. It's actually -5, but
Oh,
6 of one half dozen the other.
I was wondering about that because the very first combat we did -5, then we did -4 every time after that.
I don't know why.
And I was confused about why that had changed. I thought there was a reason, though. I just didn't know what it was.
No, beyond me just being an idiot. No, that was.
Other than the obvious, yes.
Let's see. You got a
Just
6.
kidding, man. Just kidding.
That's all right. You got a 6 on your initiative there, Bright Shield.
Yeah. So I add 2 to my combat skill. In other
Right
words. Or
All right.
1 if we're doing it the correct number.
Well, the fact we all got 6s on our initiative.
Yeah. That's
That's weird.
well, except for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not a person, so that's
I
okay.
know. I'm merely dance monkey. That's me.
You're merely the deity.
That's right. All right. So Bright Shield, you get to follow up and act first if you'd like.
Okay. So you said he's up against a table, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna kind of repeat what I was doing before, but instead of knocking down, like I want to sort of like get up in his face and use my shield to like pin him down against the tabletop, so he can't do anything. He can't get away.
All right.
I don't know if you want to represent that as an attack or not, but
yeah. Well,
I assume I have to roll something. So here it is.
Yep. Let's do that. Let's do it this way. So you're just trying to like basically pin him against the table, and you're driving your shield hard into him. We'll say that does half damage for what your roll is, and again, this is on the subdual type. So that's and we'll round up on that. He is going to essentially, quote unquote, let you do that. So you're not going to take any damage from this. And he takes some damage though. All right, so you've got him pinned there, struggling, and you can see. I mean, you're pushing your shield down hard on him. His hands are kind of behind, kind of flailing about. He can't get you with his blade, but he does reach around, and with his glowing hand, he touches you on the shoulder, and you feel this chill start to go through your body. And make me a willpower test. And what is your willpower? Because you may get a bonus to this.
13, so I probably don't.
You do not. All right, so just roll it.
I don't know what the typical ranges for that are, but I have a feeling that is mediocre at best.
Yes, your target number is 6, by the way.
All right, just on the raw D10. Oh, I got a 6.
There you go. Okay, sweet. So
look at all these 6s in a row.
So you feel this
We're studying
cold.
Satan when I was playing tabletop games. The 70s have come true.
Well, it can't be Satan because it's 66666.
Well,
It's
Unless
Mega
that's
Satan.
Mega Satan.
Yeah, it's Mega Satan. So he puts this glowing hand on your shoulder, and you start to feel tendrils kind of work their way through, but you center yourself, and you focus because you can feel the beginnings of like fear kind of start to creep into you, but you can refocus yourself in your Kai training, and you push it back, and his hand just kind of just comes right off of you, almost like you pushed it off. And then he just starts...
Also, in case it matters for the future, I do also have mental shield or mind shield, whatever they call it.
Oh, okay, cool. That would actually have given you a bonus, but that's good to know. My bad for not asking.
I wasn't sure what the attack was, so I wasn't sure if I should have mentioned it up front because I didn't know if it was just like a necrotic damage thing or what.
Gotcha.
I don't know what this game has.
But he's then he just kind of starts babbling incoherently at you, and he's almost like saying random words.
Oh shit! He's speaking in tongues.
Next up is Night Fox.
Sorry, buddy. I don't speak High Gothic.
Okay. Where is Lana?
She is. I will draw her.
Like one of your.
I'm assuming she's wherever he was when we first came in.
She's basically right there.
Okay.
She's already a chalk outline.
I will rush over to her, and
Okay.
I will check to see if she is still alive or what's up with her.
She does not appear in very good state at all. If I mean, there's a tremendous amount of blood, and as you look closer, you see like there's a big chunk of her throat that has been ripped out, and it's nearby. But it's but yeah, She didn't look that good.
Shit. I have no skill to do this. Does my character know if a potion of
Lamb spur
would help with this?
It's possible. It certainly couldn't hurt to give it a try.
Yeah, I use that on her. I take it out and start seeing if I can get it into her.
You start feeding it down her throat, and of course, parts of it start come bubbling out the area where it was gashed.
I try to cover that up
Yeah.
too, you know.
So then, you're doing a funky tilt to try and get it to go all down her gullet.
Yeah.
And it does flow down there, and you do see a little bit of the like the blood begin to kind of stop, and there's almost like a little reddish patchwork starts to form over her throat, but it's very, 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 very weak and appears very thin.
Okay.
And that is your turn. So then, last up, it would be River Rune.
Let's go. I don't have my push anymore, so let's go and just try to boot the guy.
All right.
Just give him a hard whack to tell him to be like, no.
Just a good little stop it.
That's right. Knock it off.
Oh,
All right.
You broke the chain.
Damn it,
I'm
Dakota.
sorry, it's not by choice.
You got a 5, you say, on that?
Yeah.
Alright.
Summon Philippe, the Satan's lesser cousin.
Are you looking to do straight up damage, or are you trying to subdue as well?
I have a staff, so generally I'm just trying to bop. Like, it's just a quarter staff. It's a chunk of wood. I'm just trying to bop him to knock him out.
All
I
right.
mean, I would guess it's also dual damage by default.
Well, I have
Yeah.
Mind Blast, which automatically it says that I can turn all my damage into non-lethal. So
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
that's all right.
so
So
regardless,
you
yes.
you give him a good strong hit, and he kind of shakes a little, stops his babbling, and then he looks at you, and his eyes are wild, and he like starts frothing, and he's like spitting at you and everything. And he's not very happy. And that is everybody. So let's do a new round.
Okay. And
And I'm staying the same.
Grandor, to answer your question, blender, protein powder, banana muffins.
Chulettes.
I was with you up until banana, then you lost me.
I am at 19 then.
Yeah, let's see. What did you get?
There are very few foods that I just absolutely cannot stand, but bananas are one of them.
Yeah. Me and Bug like bananas. I essentially made banana bread muffins right now, but it's using protein powder because it's from these internet weightlifting workout guys.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheap.
I
as
had a
fuck.
smoothie one that was mostly mango but had some banana in it. I couldn't drink it. Ugh. I mean, you know how it is when you have a certain food that you detest, the flavor of it is that much stronger because of the way it stands out in your brain.
Yes,
Mustard.
yeah, because
You
that's
just
how
can't
use it.
ignore it.
Mhm.
Mustard for me.
Oh, I love mustard,
Yeah, mustard. Mustard's
especially
good.
German mustard. That's nice and smooth. It's not as harsh and bitter, you know.
I do like German mustard. That is pretty good. All right, so Bright Shield, you still have the advantage. Got him pinned at the moment, and he's still He's pushing very hard against you, but you get to act first.
Okay, since I'm basically leaning on him with my shield, can I just sort of passively maintain that and then use my other hand to just grab his wrist and hold that down too?
The one that's glowing.
Yeah. And then
so you-
I'll yell to River Rune, grab his other one.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do.
I do
this.
that for 0/10 points worth of effectiveness. I mean,
Actually, you
the
know
one
what?
cool thing I'll say about this game is the fact that since every roll is identical, I can just go ahead and roll things without being asked by the DM because I know what I needed to roll.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a roll off on this.
Okay, I win. I rolled 10.
Or do you lose because that's a 0?
Yes, one of those things.
All right. So you have you beat his roll, and you've effectively pinned that down. He has tried to push back against you, but he can't. He can't break the weight of you laying on your shield right at the moment. And he's still struggling against you, and he has flung a bit of spit in your way as well. But then that puts us at you there, Night Fox.
Oh man, if we can keep this guy pinned down and then like revive the maybe not quite dead priestess, maybe she can like exorcise him or something.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Is like because I'm trying to figure out like a way to help her still. Besides,
It's gonna be hard to do considering she's a demon.
you got that thought too, huh?
Yeah.
But it's like okay, so she's got a thin veil over the neck chunk that's missing, right? Like
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't really grab either of theirs because I know Night or River Ruin used his already.
I used mine too.
Okay, so we're out of it. I try to gently move her out of the way so like they can have some more free range.
Okay.
Does one of these two rectangles be a bed or beddish?
Yes, this one over here is beddish.
So I slowly pull her up that way so she can sit upright so that it doesn't, have a lot of blood gushing upward. It can.
All right. Let's. You know what? Just because it's a thin layer that's of protective, magically enhanced skin of sorts. Roll that D10. Let's see what you get. Ooh, very nice. All right.
I was
So it's a
scared,
little-
it was almost on a 3.
Yeah, it was not looking good. It's a little tricky, but you are able to get her basically pulled over right to the edge of the bed. You're not sure if you want to lift her up on there, but you get her out of the way.
Yeah, I just lean her backwards, and if I can, I take a quick strap and just make a quick, slight loose bandage on her neck to protect it a little bit there.
Like a neck tourniquet almost.
Yeah, well,
Except not as tight.
not a complete tourniquet. Otherwise, she may be into choking, but I'm not gonna do that to her.
So you get her right over there, and then you start working on that. So okay.
I saw the detail you had.
Well, you just got to make sure that you know what we're talking about here. At least she's not like some sort of amorphous blob.
I mean, it needs to be accurate,
Exactly.
biologically speaking.
I was sitting there's like, okay, I should put myself by her, but it's like, nope, that looks. It's like I can't be here because this just goes wrong in every direction, so I'm just gonna be here, right next to her.
You did it wrong.
Jeez.
What did you say?
You did it wrong. There's just one.
Well, it was no, they're together. She's got armor, so it's kind of like pushed into a mono.
She's wearing a corset. They're just.
They're pushed together enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
You've never been to a Ren Fair seeing a corset on some of these chicks?
Hi, we're 13, and Kaja, or I'm sorry, River Room.
Just keep beating him up. Just keep bopping him on the head.
Keep bopping him on the head. So you're trying. Were you gonna pin down his arm?
I'm literally just taking the staff and just trying to whack him on the head to knock him out.
All right. He's since his arm is pinned, he's attempting to try and fight back to you. But because of the way that Bright Shield has him pinned down, I'm going to give him a -4 to his combat skill, so that actually puts you at even. And so that you got a 2. All right, but he is able to do So you hit him a few times, but he counters one of your moves and cuts you along the wrist. You're going to take 4 points of damage. He also is going to take some damage, though.
This shit.
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then he almost looks past you, and he's looking at you, Night Fox. No, leave her, she's mine. You're trying to take her from me. Or he pulls an Anakin Skywalker. You will not take her from me.
I have the high ground, and shut the hell up.
Gee, man, obsessed much?
All right, let's roll that initiative again.
I'm just imagining Bright Shield being the shit saying that now, aren't you?
No.
Ooh.
Bright Shield is too noble for that. I imagine.
And then remember, the 10 is a 0, so that would be a negative -4.
Fuck, right. I forgot about that one on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm last.
That's okay. I'm in second last.
Oh wait, did I actually finally get one here? What
I
did
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you did. So hey,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not last.
Fuck.
I'm second to last.
So let's see. So it's
God damn
minus-
it, Burr.
And you get a 0, so that's -4. So yeah, geez, okay. All right. So he, after seeing that you've moved her, that just fills him with rage, and he just basically he kind of musters up some strength, and he pushes and slides and frees himself from the press that you had him on, and he decided, because you've been causing him. Actually, no, he's going to do this instead. He takes his glowing hand and he thrusts it out at you, River Ruin, and kind of grabs you.
I didn't manage to keep it immobile enough.
No, he because he broke free of your
Okay.
of your pin, and he reaches out and he
I
grabs.
missed that part. Sorry.
That's all right. And he grabs, or he holds his hand out right in front of River, shines brightly, and you get to make me a willpower test.
Do you have Mind Shield?
And if you have Mind Shield, you get to add a +2 to this. And if you have if your willpower score is higher than a 14, you get a little bit of bonus.
It's 19.
It's 19. You are going
God
to
damn.
get. Yeah, you're going to get a +1 to this. And do you have Mind Shield?
No.
Okay, so you get a +1 to this die roll.
Are you in your willpower?
That's a good 4.
4. All right. So the light shines bright, and then all of a sudden it changes, at least in your mind, it changes into this horrifying visage, which is like right in front of your face. And it scares the bejesus out of you and forces you to run away. And you basically flee right into the vestibule area here, and you are terrified of this person. And you are terrified for
3 seconds.
You're going to be terrified for the next 3 rounds.
Well, I had the number right at least anyway.
Yeah, yeah, you're very close. That's good.
Just fucking out.
I mean, when you answer 3 to every question ever, you're eventually going to be right.
That's why they always say choose C on multiple choice if you don't know. All right.
Never choose D though. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's just always going to be wrong. Bright Shield, you are next.
All right. Well, if the pen idea is not working anymore, then this guy can just eat shield bash to the face.
Oh, nice.
How about that? How about them apples?
That's a 0. Ooh, that's not going to be good for him at all.
That's right, Pip Drabane. D is for suckers. That's right. Pip knows what he's talking about.
I remember there was a teacher in high
Or she.
school.
I don't know.
She made the test ABCD repeating, and
Yeah.
it was 100 questions, and then it was like number random in the 60s, 70s, A B A D ABCD ABCD. I was the
I
only
like
one
her.
that caught on to that. I was like, what the fuck? These are all
Nice.
right.
That's why you pay attention to the actual answers and don't worry about patterns.
Yep. Oh, I always look for patterns, but I'm one of those crazies.
All right, so you hit him hard with that shield bash, Bright Shield, and he staggers back, and he has to brace himself. He drops his sword and he braces himself on the table, and you see his eyes, which were looking quite wild, suddenly begin to dilate, and then he just kind of slumps over and falls to the ground. It appears that you have knocked him out.
Excellent. Now we can investigate what's going on with the priestess a little bit better. And actually, you know what? Hold on. I believe I have a coil of rope. So I'm tying this fucker up.
Nice. All right.
Let's conclude this combat with a little bit of bondage.
Best kind. Your the fear that you had, River Rune, begins to fade quite quickly.
What's
Night
happening?
Fox, you're
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna do the classic sit him down on the chair, tie his arms behind his back, behind the back of the chair thing,
Sweet.
and his ankles. to
Okay,
the
good.
bottom
I
of
was
the
gonna
chair.
say, make sure he's all bound.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
a trick getting axe. Yeah.
So though you move her into position as you're kind of fashioning the tourniquet. You notice she has her hand in her. She's like clutching tight in her hand. It's like looks like a piece of paper.
Okay, so I try to wrestle it out of the hand.
She's
after
still
the
she's
tourniquet.
still unconscious.
She is definitely still unconscious.
I grab the piece of paper to see what it says after making sure she's not going to bleed out.
All right, you yes. So
It
you
says,
kind
"Do you like me?" Yes, no.
Maybe.
of check one.
And no is just like a very tiny box that can't be.
Yeah, and it's
You move your pencil towards it, and the box moves away.
and actually neither one is checked, and just down below it's just written "bitch," and then that's no. But what you do find, what it does say is, it appears to be like a journal entry, and what it seems to suggest is that it looks like it was written by Malik, and you see that because of notations that are on the top, and it talks about how, and it's actually, you realize because of the blood, it's actually a couple of pages stuck together, and it looks like Malik appears to have uncovered evidence, or discovered that Terrius, the mayor, made a dark deal of some sort with a Dark Lord agent, and that
Sounds dark.
yes, and that he is going to make an attempt to stop him, but he fears that he might be too late in his efforts to do this. But he still, as a defender of the town, he has to try. There's a side note on here as well in the entry that he also has discovered that his suspicions about Terrius's feelings toward Lana were true, and that he is in love with essentially his woman. But then there's an entry that basically says that yes, he's confirmed that Terrius has entered into some sort of dark powers, but he fears that he may have been infected by whatever dark forces that he's dealing with, that Terrius was dealing with, and now he just wants to essentially hold out until Lana arrives, in hopes that she might be able to cure him.
Okay.
And that's basically the last entry.
Okay. So yeah, as I kind of read this out to them as they're tying up, and I guess River Rune's looking over Lana a little bit.
I can heal her for 2 damage.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, and it does help the little thin thing that the lamb spur did get a little bit better.
So yeah,
Get a little thicker.
read that out and just like, all right, when she comes to, hopefully she'll be able to do something. And you said he dropped a stone or the thing from his hand? Or it was just his hand that was glowing?
It was just his hand that was glowing.
Oh, okay.
And it is not now. It's not glowing anymore.
Okay. And I look over that hand to see if there's anything in there. Like any...
No.
Nope. Okay. Cool. Just making sure. 100% in it. So we have to face the mayor. What would be the point of entering a deal with a Dark Lord?
By the way, just to double check, I was just looking at my microphone levels. I'm not too loud, am I?
No.
No. Now you're not. You were when you came on.
Oh, weird. Because I didn't change anything.
Maybe
Anyway.
you were eating the microphone.
I also wonder what is the point of this deal? What did he ask for in return? Town prosperity of some sort, or
Control of the town,
or the woman herself.
I mean,
in some way.
Could be the woman. Freaking idiots. Just idiots. Alright. Let's see. We
I
have
wonder
to-
if he will be freed from this madness if we get rid of the source of this pact.
Well, if Lana
Somehow.
can wake up, maybe she can help. It'll be nice to have some aid in this. If not, then she can at least
Yeah.
keep an eye on him while we go.
There's a
can't do
question
it.
for the GM actually. Does this game world do priests have like divine powers in this world, like in D&D, or?
Yeah, they have. I mean, it's not detailed in these books per se because it focuses mainly on the types of people that you are, the Kai Lords. But yes, in the books themselves, some of
So
them did.
are like
powers.
possessions and priest exorcisms a thing?
Well, certainly they can have some sort of divine powers of good that they might be able to
Okay.
use in things like this.
So yeah,
Yes.
let's stick around and
Yeah.
get her to wake up, and maybe she can do something for Malik.
That and we can
You're-
heal up ourselves a little bit too.
Well, that too.
Yeah, you guys can essentially do taking a break or something along those lines. You can eat a little bit of food and get back 4 endurance as well, each of you.
Well,
Okay.
I have no idea what my endurance is. So, oh, there it is. Where is it? Where's my note? I have 18. Okay.
How your healing ability though, River Rune, how often use that on other people?
Once a day.
Once a day. Okay. How long are you going to wait there? Let me ask you that.
I figure of like how late into the night is it?
It is. It's when you busted out of the in pursuit of him. It had just gotten to be. I think it was probably about an hour before sundown. But then the dark clouds and the rain, of course, made it look darker. Now it's basically just about sundown.
Okay. Like I sit there and it's like I work fine in the night, but I'm not sure about you two.
It is not my favorite, but one does what needs must.
Can we wait till morning, or do you think we should act now? He doesn't know we know of this. He doesn't know what we're doing. Assumedly.
Well, I think if the town has survived this far, perhaps one more night will not be so bad.
We should at least stay with her until she's either passed or.
Well, hopefully she
stable enough
doesn't
for us
pass.
to leave. Hopefully, but good.
I think we should wait here. Watch over her, make sure Malik does not get out. At which point I double check my knot work to make sure it's okay.
Yep.
It seems very, very stout and secure. All right, so you decide to spend the night. Cool.
Yep.
I will heal them for 2 in case they don't.
Okay. And your night's sleep will get you back 2 more as well.
And then I can meditate for an hour and get back 6. So I'll do that before bed.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings me up to
Is it-
24 then.
Am I still playing 2 musics? I thought I had stopped.
Enchanted Journey and Before the Storm.
Before the Enchanted Storm
I don't know
journey.
why the T popped up there.
Oh, there we go. That one had been playing the whole time. I thought I had shut that one off. All right. There we go. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Um,
Please end one of these music for us, Jesus.
Dear God. But anyway, so it's like yeah,
Jesus.
I look around in there, see if there's any food we can, if not, I go out and do quick hunting.
there absolutely is food. There's some food stores here
Okay.
as well.
Sloan,
And-
do a hunt.
You can too, as you kind of go through his. You might. I'm sure you'll going through his journal a bit too. It kind of chronicles a lot of the issues. It certainly talks about the Geox that came through there, and what he went through to take care of him, the adventurers that he had worked with in helping to drive them off. And just some of the damage that they had caused but how they went and rebuilt from there. He doesn't have anything overly negative to say about Terrius. I mean, it seems that he does respect his ability to run the town But maybe about 2 months before all of this started happening, you get the sense that he does have suspicions about how he feels, how Terrius may feel about Lana. And he does have commentary in there that how he feels about her. And their relationship had been going on for quite some time.
I'm just reading someone's diary at this point, aren't I?
Yeah, it's like
Pretty much.
Looking for the dirty parts. You don't really find anything like that.
There's that little bit about the prom night though. That was pretty spicy.
Yeah. They usually are. There's everyone looks nice and there's drinking and one thing to another.
Man, they involved the freaking raccoon in this? What the hell?
Yeah, people drink too much. One thing leads to another, then suddenly there's demons everywhere. And...
That's right. That doesn't even sound sanitary.
Yeah, it looks. Is Spearmint in the cabin right now?
He eventually does return.
Oh. I toss him a little bit of the food that I'm prepping for the others here.
He takes it. He takes it, and he kind of keeps an eye on you. But
I forgot about the pet.
Bright Shield, River Ruin. This is Spearmint. This is Bright Shield, River Ruin.
I just sort of look at him.
He stares right back at you with his
trash panda face.
Right. I decided to have a staring contest with him.
Pull some food out, you may win.
He'll look at you for a while and eventually he kind of hangs out over on this little table up here.
Mostly because at the moment I really don't have anything better to do.
Yep.
But as the sun is beginning to rise, Lana's eyes kind of slowly open, and she what?
Quick, she's barely awake. Ask her 50 questions immediately.
She kind of instinctively reaches for her throat.
Yeah. Be careful. Chunk was missing. Thankfully, the potion and worked in River Ruin here has some magic that he can.
You may want to leave that on.
What happened?
Well, first, can you help heal yourself a little bit?
Oh, I should.
Make a recovery check.
Make that death save. I should.
Okay.
But yes. So, where's?
And before she finishes, I gesture and move out of the way so she can see him tied up.
She just has to meditate for an hour, then she'll be at full health. We'll be fine.
Like, we were able to not kill him. Thankfully, Bright Shield knows how to knock a motherfucker out.
Damn right I do.
Thank you. He's corrupted.
Yeah, we kind of.
Oh, we noticed.
As I wave the dried blood things now, papers. Like, yeah, I read a little bit. Terrius made a deal.
Yes, I had found that. I didn't realize. What will you do about him?
Well, if we can, we will see if we can take him back. And do we know if we have ways to deal with people who made with Dark Lords besides killing them?
Yes, you certainly bring them, back to the Kaimon justice. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's always a tricky proposition because you know exactly what type of what type of deal was made and what if in that deal if they got some power, they just granted favors in exchange. So you never quite know.
Okay.
It's a kind of a case by case basis. You certainly are well within authority to dispose of them. With extreme vengeance, but yeah, you can also bring them back to the monastery for appropriate justice.
Night Fox is just gonna go. We're gonna try to see if we can take him back in. Now, what he made the deal for, now we can. That doesn't work at all. Well, we bring big guys like him and point to Bright Shield again.
Mm-hmm. I just nod. Unfortunately, the Willow is no longer with us. it was corrupted as well.
Yeah, we had to kill that.
I
That was
suspected it was a spirit of some sort. Is that what it was?
Seemed that something like this. Perhaps it was the source of the poison, or merely a side effect.
Yeah. Could be the latter.
There was some other weird ghoul thing down there that was emanating cold. Maybe that was the source of the poison, or also just a side effect. I'm not a scholar.
I would have to see it to know more, but I'm not in that type of condition.
I believe it was covered in worms and stuff as well. Is that right, GM?
Yes, there was. It had worm-covered flesh or
Yes,
flesh.
I'll describe it to
worms
her,
made it.
and maybe between the four of us, somebody knows some lore about what it was.
It sounds like a creature of the Dark Lords of sorts. The name of it escapes me at this time, but I have heard tales of such things. When will you confront Terius?
Once we wanted to make sure that you would awaken and wouldn't be alone. And we're gonna see if we can wake Malik up and see if he's calmed the hell down or.
Oh, I'm sure he is not.
Yeah,
but
she kind of shakes her head. If he is out asleep, keep him that way. I should be fine when I can heal myself, but then I can minister to him. But if he is,
can you heal him?
That may take some time. I may need to take him back to my temple for help.
Look, we split up the party again, and no.
Well, how much time would this take? Hours, days?
To heal him?
Yeah, like to try to like exercise him or heal him or do whatever it needs to be done to get him back to normal.
It would. It depends on the severity. It would take a couple of days though, for sure. Lana says, okay. I should be okay with him here now that he is restrained.
So we will deal with the mayor first, then.
Yes, deal with him, and you can come back here after that has been taken care of. But I should be up and around by then. Ooh, it feels like he really got me good.
Yeah, and I just kind of foot away the chunk that's on the floor. Got a good chunk in there. Luckily enough, a potion was a help.
Thank you for that. That you've truly proven and shown your worth in saving my life and sparing his.
Man, it is a damn good thing one of us had a potion left. Let me just tell you that. This would have gotten real different.
She does point. She points over to her pack. I will be fine to be able to heal myself soon, but I have another potion in that pack. Should you need it, you can take it.
If you feel you do not need it.
Thank you for this, and if we do not use it, we'll return it.
That's
honestly,
fair.
I think we could honestly say that she's alive because you chose to play an archer. Because it's the status of you being an archer that's the reason why you haven't drank your own potion yet.
Well, an archer, and the fact that I also didn't go into the goddamn first combat that you guys ended up being beat down.
Well, yeah, that too, because they would have ambushed you. But still, I mean, all these combats, we've been the ones in melee, and you've been the one not getting hit back.
Yeah, I got hit a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you probably would have drank your own potion by now if you were also melee.
Yep.
So coincidences. You chose an archer, therefore the priestess survived. I like it.
Okay, so do you want to go and confront Terius, or do you want to stick around here more, or?
Well, after we double check or triple check the goddamn knots again to make sure they're all good and set.
Yes.
I vow we go get the mayor. It's morning. He'll be doing rounds, hopefully, so we can get him.
Oh, and also, I want to detach the Malik's knife sheath and give it to the priestess to wear on her belt.
Oh,
she needs to knife a bitch.
That makes sense.
Actually, Real quick before we actually head out, is there any arrows I can see in this place?
You can, yes, you there. He does have spare arrows, and you are easily able to restock yourself.
Okay. Back to 12. Awesome. All right.
Okay.
You guys ready to go confront and hopefully bring in peacefully?
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Yes, but
There's no way that's going to happen.
About ready to head off. It's like, how much you guys want to bet we're going to have to fight some of the townsfolks?
I'd like
Depends
to save
how far the poison has progressed.
True. And it just caused the horse away at that point.
All right, so you ride back to town, and the people are still here and kind of walking around doing their thing, although not with nearly the energy level that they probably should be. But considering the circumstances that they're under, it, I guess, is about the best that you could hope for. And as you're riding down the main street, Terius comes walk to see you, and he says, he waves at you and kind of flags you down and approaches. Says, "My lords, how goes everything? When you didn't return last night, I feared the worst, but it makes my heart happy to see that you're alive. What did
Can we speak in private in your office?
Yes, that sounds like a very good
Apologize
idea.
for being delayed, but we were attacked. But however,
Yes,
obviously we are in good health.
Yes, we can discuss
At
it in
this point.
private. So the townsfolk need not hear this.
Yes, that would be best.
Good. I agree.
Okay.
Hold
So,
on.
can draw up his room or his office?
I'm gonna. I went to go and clear the drawings, but it clear this.
If you go to the layer that is the map, you should be able to throw away and delete.
Oh. Okay. Map and background. There we go.
Yep.
Just don't do it on the token layer.
Yeah. All right.
Woo! Learning.
I'm learning.
Now to retain it.
I'm not retaining.
The next time he DMs in a couple years from now, he'll definitely remember all these details. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Learning.
There we go. All right.
Okay. So you get in there, and I gotta zoom in here so I can see what part I'm doing.
Does he have windows in here, or?
They're like little shuttered windows. Right, there's one right there.
Yeah.
And he's got one on the other side as well. It's not a very large thing, but then again, it's not a very large village. He says, so the tree. Did you discover the fate of the tree?
Yes. As I say this, I kind of go to block a window.
Okay. And what was it? What was there?
By the way, the room we're in right now, is that the only entrance to the room, the one that we came in through?
Yes, that door right there with little squares.
Yeah. And the other two things were windows, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
wait by the door then.
Okay. Oh, good. You guys got my idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the tree then, what happened to it? What was its fate?
It came to life. Tried to feast on it.
I had remembered tales when I was younger that the tree was a guardian spirit of some sort, but I didn't realize that it was true. So, but if it was a protective spirit, why would it have attacked you?
I don't know. Seems like something dark got to it.
You think
Yeah.
it's something related to what Lana was talking about the poisoned water, perhaps, or the supposedly poisoned water? Because we don't know.
There's potential for that. Lana's quite a beautiful woman, isn't she? Darius.
Uh, w- yes, yes, she is. She always is. She's always a very welcome sight when she comes to the village. Yes, of course.
Make weak man just bend over backwards to get anything for her, right?
Well, I mean, certainly there is a power that some women can have over men in regards to if the men find them to be attractive and beautiful, they would do many things. Then why do you ask?
Oh, and then pull out the blood-soaked pages and just start flipping through them slightly. Just some assumptions made.
What are those? Is that blood?
Yeah.
Tell us
Where
something. Was it her hand in marriage that you asked the Dark Lord for in return for helping him?
Was it to have the city prosper so she could stay here more and be more of a sight?
What are you saying? Oh, a dark lord?
Just wanted
Or
Malik
other
gone.
being of some sort?
Are
Give
you
him the papers.
are you accusing me of something?
Well, there's plenty of evidence here as, well, Malik had been reading up on some things for a while. Knows your fascination with Lana.
You see his eyes narrow first when you say that, and then he looks. Do you hand him the papers?
No, I kind of hold them there and just
He
kind of
looks over.
hold him up a little bit like this so he can see but not touch.
He looks at the papers, and then you see his shoulders. They kind of they slump a little bit, and he looks a little defeated, and he puts his hands up to his face, and he says, "Yes, it's true. It's true.
We can do this without you losing face. You come with us
No.
willingly back to the monastery. Help you.
Yes. Well, and that's he says I didn't mean for it to get to this level. I just she
What was the deal you made?
she just kept spurning me, and
What was the deal you made?
it was just simply a deal for her love, her affection, and then things just began to slowly get
In
out of
exchange
hand.
for?
I don't even remember it. It just it wasn't anything serious. I offered. It was just some he starts to whisper. The creature just wanted some small sacrifices. I had taken just a few animals from one of the farms and offered them up, but then things seemed to kind of start to actually work. But then it started to get out of hand. People started
Describe this creature.
to get sick. He just appeared to me in mists. I never really got to see his full form. He looked like a man. I didn't. You must protect me. You must protect me.
How did you
Yes,
find it?
Is
Take Take me back to the monastery now. We'll leave. We'll leave right now. We'll leave right now before things get out of
Is the
hand. And he
creature
returns.
still in town?
He comes and goes. I have not seen him in some time. Perhaps he's maybe just forgotten me. But it would be best if I just went back to the monastery with you, with
More
Kylor.
likely, it has no further need of you.
When you say that, the room kind of begins to darken a little bit, just almost unnaturally, and you see kind of a gathering mist begin to form up around the ceiling and around the floor, and it begins to spread a little bit, and then you hear this voice kind of whisper and hiss through the air in the room, and it just says, "No, Lord, I do still have needs of him, and 3 more fresh souls for Master. This will truly work in my favor." And
Well, that's
then
convenient. We summoned the last boss.
the cheery music clearly is going to stop because I'm going to remember to stop
We
it.
Sephiroth back.
Mm-hmm.
And at that, some more mist begins to really form up, like right about here. And
Right about now.
right about now. And you see this creature, come on, get a little bit bigger. There we go. It begins to step out of the mist. But it still has it swirling around it. And it extends its arm, and you see this bluish, blackish staff come out of the mist, and it kind of crackles, and it looks like you can see like little tiny electric bodies kind of dancing on its surface, and it points at Terius. "You do not get to run from me, Terius. We had a deal, and now it is time to collect." And with that, we get to roll initiative. We're well, let's see. I gotta get, this was me, so we gotta get rid of that guy.
Oh wait. I saw
All right.
Dakota's row, and I was like, "Oh wait, yes. Oh crap."
Oh, crap. You thought that was your role?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, his roll was too higher than mine.
Yep.
Then it
Okay,
ends up
so
being the same.
he extends his staff, and he kind of swirls it around, and he, let's see, 1 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who's he going to point it at? He points it at you, Bright Shield.
Ooh, me.
Me, pick me.
Pick me.
Your
Flash
combat
taunt.
skill is 23. All right, so he points it, and this blue crackling energy at you, and you are going to take some damage.
Does Mind Shield help with this?
Mind Shield will not.
All right. Does
Yes.
Physical Shield help with this?
But do you have a defense score?
I do?
Do you?
I don't know. Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
Should say on the sheet.
Where would that be on this
It-
on the
it-
sheet?
Under
would say
endurance, there's
someone-
defense.
I don't see anything like that under my endurance. So.
All right. Well, and that's
Well,
just
there-
fine.
There's like combat skill, endurance,
Oh no,
willpower.
there it
then
is.
anyone-
Yeah, I got 3.
You got 3. Okay, so you do get to subtract 3 from this.
Does it only work on special attacks or?
No, it actually, this is one of the other things. Defense works. It basically what it does is, unless otherwise indicated, you're still always going to take a minimum of 1 point of damage, I believe. But defense acts as you subtract that value from whatever damage you take.
From everything?
Yes, unless
well, I
otherwise.
should be at full health then.
It's the same as Earth Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should
basically.
have been at full health then, because most of those attacks would have just scratched me rather than hurt me as much as they did.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. So you were going to take, let's see. You're going to take 4 minus your defense.
Okay, so I'll take 1.
1. All right. So yeah, you hold up your shield reflectively, and a lot of the lightning and electric energy just kind of bounces around off there. But that's what happens to.
Sounds like it looks awesome.
Yeah. And then
My
looks
arm
like
tingles
River
a
Rune
little
gets
bit.
to go next.
Let us do the good old Hachine.
From the old razzle dazzle.
Oh, razzle dazzle. All right, so you got a 7. Your skill is 19. Use that, so that is that. Okay. And what did you roll again? I'm sorry. 7?
7.
All right. He's already. Oh no, yeah, he. Yes, he did range stuff. So you are going to lose 3 points minus your defense, should you have it, and he also takes some damage.
I wonder if that came from my chainmail or if it's something else, or it's the shield or something. I don't know.
All right. And he kind of hisses at you, but he says, "Oh yes, please, please, come closer. It's been a while since I've slain one of your kind. I'm looking forward to it." And Night Fox, you get to go.
All right. So first thing, I'm assuming there's a desk in the center here that Terrius is next to.
There probably for sure is some sort of
Okay.
desk or chair or
I
both.
I start climbing up on top of the desk and telling Terrius, like, with using my foot to push him down underneath. Get underneath there and stay there until I say so. And then I take a shot at that big black and annoying right here.
All right. And this was another thing I was doing. Melee, you're just -6 to your combat skill. So we figure we calculate damage and everything with the ratio off of that. So you're normally 20. I'm sorry, yeah, you're 22.
Yeah.
So 22 minus 6 would be 16, right?
Or whenever I'm using bow, or
Well, when you're shooting into melee,
oh, okay.
which in this case you are, because he's fighting River Brew.
Oh, okay.
So that's all. So yeah, so you're at 16. So okay, all right. So go ahead and roll that roll.
Yep.
8. All right. Boop. Okay, so he takes that. It does. The arrow does sink into him. Oops. I'm making boxes. I don't want to make boxes. But did not appear to do much damage to him, and he just kind of it goes more into the mists, and you don't see exactly where it strikes, but he kind of cackles as you do so, and then that puts us at Bright Shield.
Okay, well, let's join this melee party, shall we?
All right.
Actually, I'll
Party.
stick slightly more to this
Don't
side so that
stop
even though it
me
doesn't really
now.
reflect in the rules, I'll pretend that I'm at least getting in the way of the arrows slightly less.
Okay, that works.
Oh
He
my God.
and he is immune to Mind Shield, by the way.
Ooh.
Or, I'm
So
sorry,
he's-
he's immune to Mind Blast.
Yeah, so CS 20.
CS20. He's got that. So, and you rolled a
So I'm
1.
about to get hurt here, I think.
Well, he's already he
He's already
engaged
retaliated. Yeah.
River Rune,
Okay.
so yeah.
Well, I'm about to slightly annoy this guy and not much else then.
You come in there and you take a couple of swings at him, and he brings his staff around and basically blocks all of your shots, and you are unable to cause any damage to him whatsoever.
Yep, I slightly annoyed him, and that was about it.
Yes, you did. You did
Or maybe
absolutely
amused
annoy
him, one or the other.
He does appear to laugh as you do that. But now we get to as we move into a new round.
That's better.
Ooh. And so you're fully engaged in combat with him, and you see the mist, which is really gathered around the rest of you, and it separates a little bit from where he is, and you see he's this creature of tattered kind of robes, and he has a skull for a face, which now is revealed to you. And I think I even have a picture, which I will show you if I can find it here real quick. Yes.
Fighting edgy McEdgelord.
He looks a lot like that. And you recognize it as a Helghast.
A what?
It is, they're known as Helghast.
Helghast?
Definitely
Gasp or gasp?
Gast, as in ST. Agents of the Dark Lords. And Riverrune, he decides to turn his attention to you, and he brings his staff around. And, actually, this is another thing I screwed up last time. If you want to shoot again, Night Fox, you can do that first. We actually do that first.
Yeah.
Yes. So if
if that was your initiative,
basically, if you were planning on shooting for your action, you can most.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Arrows are fast.
Arrows are fast and speedy, and we're doing this
nothing to him.
16, and he's going. That is correct. You do absolutely nothing. In fact, he whacks it right out of the air. It comes at him because you're just trying to hit him right in the thing. Yeah, and he's bringing his staff around to go and take on Riverrune, and he basically knocks the arrow out of the air as it's come whipping around. And he just kind of looks at you, and he's got 2 points of light, and one of them kind of winks out as he looks at you.
Oh, man,
and he says, "You're next." And then he comes in like a friggin' hurricane on Riverrune, who's
this guy's really good, you guys.
So you're 19, and I think
he might be the boss fight.
Might be, just maybe. I've got -6. Oh, I should not be rolling.
Oh.
This is not good for me at all.
Yeah.
Let's see, 8, and I've got you by. Think I've got you by 6, so 8. All right, so you're only going to take 2 points of damage there, Riverrune. You defended quite well, and he is actually going to take a little bit more damage than what he gave out. So he's going to take. So he comes at you just trying to beat you about the head and shoulders with his spear, but your staff is quite good. You're quite good with your staff work, and you are able to block most of his shots, and you only take those 2 points of damage. And it is now Brightshield's turn.
All right, eat spear, motherfucker. All right,
Motherfucker.
before I had a really good initiative roll, so we're looking at a 28 total.
No, this is your combat roll. Your combat skill's 23, right?
Normally it's 22, but because of no mind blast, it's
right.
20.
So it's just 20.
4. My initiative thing factors into this, right?
No, not for this.
That's
This
just for pure.
That's just for pure initiative. This is
24 then. Yeah.
I
thought that's how we were playing it before, where initiative factored into the
no
combat skill as well.
no.
Don't try to understand this. That's what I've realized. Just let him know.
Initiative.
He has the chart.
Yeah. So his combat skill is 25. Your combat skill is 22, right? But without the mind blast.
He's immune to my mind blast.
Right. So 20. So the ratio on this, it's 20 minus 25, which is
5 in favor of him.
Right. So it's a -5, and you rolled a 4, which puts him at.
Well, that's right. We don't add the roll to the skill, right?
Correct. He would take 3, and you would take 5. But since he's already caused damage, you don't take any. But he does take damage.
Bleed him. Death by 1,000 cuts.
But if he's at 20 and he's 25, it should be -4 for him.
Oh
no, I'm reading it wrong. Sorry, I was looking at 5 instead of 4.
That's
Sloan,
clever.
what did Dakota just teach us 10 seconds ago?
Don't do anything. He understands the math. You let him do it.
No, I've been
You're
picking
you're
it
not
up.
the DM. You
I've
don't
been
gotta.
picking it up. God damn it!
You're not the DM. You don't have to understand anything. You know what the rules do.
I
And that's
still
it.
don't understand Earth Dawn, and I'm DMing that.
Hey, you're
Honestly,
doing pretty
you
good.
do a good job of faking understanding it at least.
Yeah, you really do actually.
I
River
feel like
Room-
everybody at least seems to project competence at it now.
I have no problem with his ability to run it. Riveroon, you've already been engaged in combat, but if you want to try and do something else, you are certainly welcome to do so. You can attempt to get out of combat if you want. Or,
That's crazy talk. Why would you want to do that?
I'm good.
So you good?
Stay in the flanking party, buddy.
All right,
Yeah.
and that takes this round out. And actually, actually your inability to do something, quote unquote, this round remind me of something else. You guys, as the players, if I have the initiative on you and I'm engaging you, but you actually get to roll, not me.
Oh,
So, like in this case, so what really should have happened?
Technically, it doesn't really matter who makes the roll, but yeah.
It doesn't, correct? But all right, so let's roll initiative again for the new round.
Also, pull out a knife or something and get in, join
Make
this
it till you
flanking
make
party
it.
with us,
Yep.
Sloan.
but I like not taking damage.
And not dealing damage as well, apparently.
Hey, I slightly hit him the first time.
He did do a little bit, well, except for that second shot. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Push
first
that
time
one.
I said, not the second time, the first time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, having to fight with a -6 hanging over your head is kind of brutal.
Yeah.
true.
But I got
You know,
10,
everybody-
You'll have a better
I got
chance of
10
hurting
more
you.
arrows here.
And you'll never hit with them, so
You
what?
never know. I make it a 0 and do,
Uh-huh.
like, let's
Get
see.
in here and be
Um,
useful, fucker.
Let's see, I'm at a 16, so that's a -9. If I hit at that, I could do 7 points of damage.
Also, Pip Drowbane's comment of
Make
fake it till you make it has been basically that basically sums up our Earth Dawn campaign so far.
Did everybody adjust theirs?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
did.
I got the
Okay,
same
cool.
fucking one.
Gosh, I
Same
rolled
as well.
bad in Anthem. All right, so he's going to continue to focus on you, River, because he's enjoying this and says, "I'm liking our little contest. You don't look like you're doing so well." And he comes at you once again with the staff, and I will let you roll this time.
Say
Dakota,
the
so
same
you
about
could- so
you, but you're kind of ugly to begin with. So
Oh,
This rule actually-
no.
2. Ooh, this is not going to be good. So let's see, 19.
I'm
So
dead.
-6.
Yay.
You are going to take 6 points of damage,
Before armor.
and
If you have defense or not, yeah.
Nope.
mine's defense, and he doesn't take nearly as much.
Fuck. Hang on. 19. I would be at -2 because you said he doesn't do mind blast, right?
He is immune to mind blast.
Then I'd be at 17. Sorry.
You-
So
ooh.
make this worse for me.
All right, so this is
Yeah.
going to be worse for you, because now he's got you at -8.
By the way, this whole rule of the players do all the rolls really reminds me of Savage Worlds as well. Don't they do that as well?
No, the GM rolls for his bad guys.
I must be thinking of a different game system then.
Dakota, you are only going to lose 1 more point, so you go from losing 6 to losing 7 points. But he, however, doesn't lose any damage. He just basically he kind of knocks you around, and you kind of stagger back just a little bit. And he says, "See, isn't this fun?" And let's see, that was his action. It is your turn to do something if you'd like to try and get out of combat, or if you just want to stay tough and keep fighting.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I guess I'm staying.
All right.
Also, I remember the game system I was thinking of. It's Numenera.
Ah,
Numenera makes the player roll absolutely everything.
Numenera.
Numa.
Braid Shield, your turn, man.
All right, let us roll the things and do the stabbings. And fuck you,
Yes.
I got a
Awesome.
0.
Yes, please tickle me well.
So that is combat skill 20.
And he's got 25, so you're -5, and you got a 0, which is great. Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah.
So you just you give him a good good jab in the back. It appears to not do as much as you thought it would, but it still does damage. But it's difficult to tell exactly the full extent of it because of the mist. But you see him lurch at that, and he turns around at you and
I
hisses.
definitely got him right in the giblets, though.
Ah, you hit me in my undead nuts. He's not very happy with you.
I was thinking more spleen or kidney.
No, it works. And we should have let
back.
Sloan shoot first.
Actually,
but,
no, he's gonna, as doing this whole thing and having Bright Shield yell shit at him, just gonna hoist through the bow, and as his turn comes up, jump off the table, run at him, pull out his broadsword, scraping across the ground, just trying to take an upper swing into his nuts.
Absolutely, go for it.
It's not too bad.
Ooh, that's not too bad at all. Let's get you up there.
It's at 19, so it's a negative 6.
19, so negative 6. You rolled a 7, which puts you
It is combat. I don't take it, wasn't it?
right. Yep, that is correct. And you rolled a 7 and a negative 6.
Yep.
That is going to be 6 for him.
You know, this reminds me actually. This whole fog thing this guy's doing reminds me of one of my favorite spells in previous editions of Earthdawn that got nerfed to fuck in 4th edition. But to be perfectly honest, it was overpowered before.
Which
And
one
it
was
a
that?
Mancer spell called Shield Mist.
Oh,
It
nice.
basically did this sort of thing. It basically gave me a void blow as a constant spell effect because of mist.
Wow.
It was brutal.
Don't forget those 10s are zeros.
Yep. Hey, look, he finally got one too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gosh,
now in
join
4th
me
edition,
in the
it
team
gives
club down here.
in 4th edition now it gives a bonus to existing avoid blow rolls, and I don't have avoid blow, so
Oh, so yeah, then it's kind of
useful to me.
pointless. Cause let's see, you would be
Negative
at
3,
16.
I fixed it.
All right, Brightshield, you get to go. You get to keep going, or you get to go first.
He hasn't
Alright,
rolled
let's
his
keep
initiative
at it.
though yet, have you?
Oh, did he roll his
7.
initiative? Oh, you didn't. So you all right?
I didn't.
No.
Oh, did we do a new round? And I didn't. Okay, I
Yeah.
guess that's my initiative.
Yeah, I was the.
All right.
So you're 3, so 20.
So you, 25, right? No, yeah, 23.
I thought it was -5, not -4.
It was -4, so it's a 3 added to whatever.
I thought he said it was 5. That we were doing that wrong.
It is 5, but we're sticking with 4 because that's what we were.
Oh, for consistency. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me. Actually, I don't need to correct my number. It's correct as it is.
Yes, I did. All right, but all right. So now you can attack.
Yep.
if you'd like to.
Okay. Mildly better.
That is definitely better. He is going to. He wants to stick. He wants to get rid of. He's enjoying this little guy. He wants to finish him off, but he's not happy with what you just did. So let's see. You're 20.
Well, between last round and this round, I must be pissing him off.
Yes, you are actually. He's definitely considering switching.
Switching teams there?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
My,
Gotta
oh
catch 'em all.
my.
Quick, throw a Pokeball at him.
All right. He doesn't like that. He may switch next round to you, but he's going to continue on since he's been doing damage to Rune. And he comes at you once again. He says, "Please die quickly so I can take care of your friend." And he can join you. He can join you. And go ahead and roll there, Dakota. Ooh. And I've got you by -8, I believe. On a 3 is going to, you're going to lose 6, and he is going to lose but 1.
At that point,
You reach into the pack for the potion in my.
I reach into that back for that potion and just
And you're
kind
gonna
of
gulp it down?
back
Yeah.
All right.
and gulp that fucking thing down.
Yeah.
What is
Nice.
it? How does it work again?
You get 4 points back for that. Oh, your friend left. And now your turn, Night Fox.
All right. After taking another successful slash, I go to do another slash. 9.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
And you're at a 19, right?
Yep. So -6. So ooh, 8 damage.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking at the wrong one. Come on. All right, he's not looking good. All right, so yeah, a new round.
Oh, finally, fucking.
You can have my initiative. Apparently, I don't need it.
Why isn't this? There we go.
And let's
So,
see.
yeah,
break-
just yours, Krendor. There.
Oh, sorry.
Good news. So you -3, so you're at what, 20? You're at 19? Yeah.
Close enough with
Oh,
the
wait.
18.
Should be 17. Sorry,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
17 or 19?
17.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't get my +2 for Mind Blast. Remember? So I'm
Right.
operating off of a 20, not a 22.
All right. Let's see. He didn't like either one of the attacks from you guys, but I think he likes Bright Shield even less because of what he has been doing. So he
Yeah, come
focuses
at me, bro.
attention on you, and he does. He rolls around and he says, "Your fellow Kylord ran like the coward he is. Time to consume your soul." And he comes at you with
You'll find
his
me made of
staff.
sterner stuff, fiend.
We shall see. Go ahead and roll that d10. Let's see what you get. He said, hoping for a low number from
Another appropriately schlocky, brave things to say when you're the guy's shield.
me.
I feel we need to play this more.
Oh.
Oh no!
Here we
Maybe
go.
not
And
terribly sterner stuff, however.
I've got you by 5, and you rolled a what? A 1? A 2?
2.
Oh, thank
One
you.
was my initiative.
You lose 6 points, and he's only losing 1.
I believe you
this
mean
deal?
3 points, sir.
Aha, yes.
I will laugh and be like, "Is that all you have, beast?" Plenty more
he-
where that came from.
As he hisses, a tooth comes out of his mouth and bounces off your shield. And Night Fox, you have the opportunity. You could possibly kill him here.
I just feel like saying, "Hey, Foggy, remember me? Just slice him up, and I fuck it up. I fuck it up. Yeah,
I feel like this is the part of the fight where we're supposed to heroically talk shit at the monster. So
He
He doesn't
You say
remember
that-
me.
No, yeah, you say that you say, "Remember me," and you sword, and he catches it. A hand just comes out of the mist and catches it, and he says, "Yes, I remember you.
Could
the
you
one
forget
who-
about me for a little bit?
You're the one who's not worth shit." And he just kind of hangs tight to that sword.
Listen, only my parents can say that about me.
Yes. And Bright Shield, you were already in combat, so I'm assuming you want to stay in the fight there as well.
oh sure, why not? Just for larks.
All right, and
There's 4 and 20.
God help.
that you don't get to roll because you already were engaged in the combat.
You already did your
That was
damage.
still this round.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but Kaja, or I'm sorry, River
God
does.
help me.
Well, I rolled a
Rush back
4
in.
at being handsome then,
Yes, you did.
so I
Rush
wasn't really
back
that
in.
handsome at all.
You grab the tooth and put it on your shield as a trophy.
So River, when you're running back in,
Oh,
Yes!
hey!
I mean, I might like
And then
tie
I
it to my
hit the
spear with
button
a string
again.
later.
Nine!
excited to hit the button.
Yay!
All right. So Riverrun didn't like being insulted, apparently. So let's see. So you're at a 19. I've got you by -6. You rolled a 9.
You remember me, asshole?
Ooh. All right. So you go running up there. And you just shove your staff into the mist, and you hear it, and you pull up, and you hear it snap off a number of bones. And he hisses in pain as he kind of rears up, but he is not dead yet, though he's
What
very
the hell
He
was
doesn't need
in
those
that
bones
drink?
anymore.
Dicks.
Dix was in that drink. Okay, I'm not good. I didn't drink it.
Good
He
answer.
said, "Oh, dicks." What the fuck?
I'm
I've
at the
been at
same.
16, 17, and now I'm at 18.
Derp. Okay,
I-
there you go.
I got the exact
Ooh.
same. Woo!
29. I'm dead.
Not that it really matters. If
I don't
we-
know. He may
Honestly.
still smack around.
Oh,
In a fight like this, the initiative numbers really don't matter. Honestly.
no, when it comes into play is when you have opponents and there's things like that. But when you're fighting just a single dude, yeah.
Or if you're
becomes,
like really low on health and you have to pull back to chug a potion or something, and you
Yeah.
do it before he acts again. or something.
he's looking to try and take one with him. He turns his attention back around to, and he looks at you. Ah, you found the steel in my spine. I see. And
That's
he
just
comes
my
at
sword.
you. Yes, it's just my quarterstaff.
No, no,
Busted up
put the
in there.
steel in your spine, fucker.
Roll that
We'll
roll
do it
that
again.
D10 there. See what we get here. Ooh, not bad.
That was a horrific
It's my
noise.
-6 and a 7.
That's the I might die today noise.
You're gonna lose 3,
Sounds accurate.
Good enough.
and
What are you
I'm
down
not
to?
dead. 3.
are you really? You're down to 3.
Yeah.
Well, Riverrune, tell me how you take the Hellgast out. Killed him by 1 point.
Seeing as the son of a bitch has been making fun of me, I'm literally just gonna go for the spine where the spine meets the skull, and just give it a good whack, trying to like knock his head off his neck.
Nice.
Well, I don't know if you can do that with a quarterstaff, but you can probably at least break the spine on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to just.
I mean, you're not going to detach it,
I'm-
but
I'm-
you can make his head go all floppy.
I'm just imagining that kid that got kind of bullied a little too far now, just slamming a stick on him. I am not the chubby kid at school anymore. Just that.
So your staff was still kind of lodged in his ribs there, and as he whirled, you kind of hung tight, and it drug you, but you yanked up and you brought it up, and you popped up enough that you were able to tear off most of the connecting tissue that was there between his spine and his skull, and it kind of flops to the side, and you see blue light just come out of his eyes and mouth sockets as he hisses, and the mist swirl and then begin to fade rapidly, and the bones just crumble, and then his spear turns to dust as he dies in front of you.
At which point, you just said, "Knifefox, did we actually just live?"
I need a nap.
What are you guys
Holy-
are talking about? I feel fine.
I mean, I feel great. I'm more. Let's go fuck something else up.
You did it! You did it!
About this time, swing around with a sword. You're still coming with us.
Yes, yes. And he nods enthusiastically, just in case there's any more.
Was there others, or was this the one you talked to?
This was the only one I spoke to, but I don't know what darkness goes on with them. I'm too terrified now.
If there are others, they will certainly want to stop us from reaching the monastery. So everybody be on your guard.
So unless you have something to help
River, can you
Riverrune
heal
here,
yourself?
we head off now.
No, I have nothing of that sort. Yes,
somebody-
let me.
Yes, make
let
sure
me grab
somebody takes
my-
care of town.
If you give me
Yes.
a couple hours, at the
Oh,
very least.
You'll get a couple hours on the horse.
Fox, pass him that potion we got.
He already took the potion from
I
me.
took it.
Oh, I didn't
He
see it.
did. Yeah, it was when
We
he
were
ran
playing
away.
grab ass over here. He went and grabbed the potion. I told you guys
Okay.
where it was. Left pouch on the right side.
I didn't catch that point.
You Terius goes and secures his horse and lets people know that he has to go away for a while, and he returns with you to the monastery, and they take him into custody. You relate your story to your master of what happened, what was involved, and what you encountered, and they look at you. And you get done, and he says to you, "So you fought this Hellgast, and you lived. All 3 of you lived."
He almost did it.
Yes,
Point
but
to
one of us just
Riverrune.
barely.
Point to
Yes.
River. Actually, it'd be this way on the overlay.
Yeah.
But the important thing is that you did. You've done very well. This was an excitable local, but it proved clear to be much more.
Turns
We
out
want
the
you to
Dark
go
Lord was
back.
involved after all, perhaps.
Indeed. We will send you back to the village once you've recovered, just to make sure that this priestess and her companion are taken care of, as well as the village, should there be any greater threats. But for now, you've earned your rest. Well done.
No,
And-
I'm sure Fox and I can go back ahead tomorrow.
Theoretically, you could, but that is the conclusion of the
I
adventure.
mean, I just figured that's the canon. That's what we would be doing.
Probably.
And let Riverrune rest up.
The
You,
river rest up. We grab him one of those nice quilts for him that on the way back.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
just need like
Yeah,
2 hours.
yeah.
I need like 2 hours so I can heal up.
I forgot about Blanket Guy.
That's right.
Grab one of those. Go check on town. Give the second
Awesome.
blanket we get to the Lana's like, here you go, new sex blanket for you guys.
Yeah.
sex blanket. So yeah, there you go. There's a half-assed run of the Lone Wolf adventure game. So
And
was
hey, I
actually
have
really
to say,
fun.
your estimate of how much longer it would take was practically right down to the minute.
I don't think I've ever called it that good before ever in my entire life.
That good.
Yay. I have to go use the
I
bathroom.
called it real good.
Yeah. So we will be right back, folks. And we'll discuss some things and talk about shit and see what happens.
Yes,
See
indeed.
you right back.
Yeah. Cool.